his nest up in the autumn branches. Built from nothing but high hopes and thin air. He collected up some baby blasted mothers. They took their chances, and for a while they lived quite happily up there. He came from New York City, man, but he couldn't take the pace, and thought it was like a dog-eat-dog world. And he went to San Francisco, spent a year in outer space with a sweet little San Franciscan girl. I can hear my mother wailing and a whole lot of scraping of chairs. I don't know what it is, but there's definitely something going on upstairs.
Lazarus, dig yourself. Lazarus, dig yourself. Lazarus, dig yourself back in that hole.
Well, yeah, New York City, he had to get out of there. And San Francisco, well, I don't know. And then to LA, where he spent about a day. He thought even the pale sky stars were smart enough to keep well away from LA. Meanwhile, Larry made up names for the ladies, like Miss Boo and Miss Quick. He stockpiled weapons and took pot shots in the air. He feasted on their lovely bodies like a lunatic and wrapped himself up in their soft yellow hair. I can hear chants and incantations, and some guy is mentioning me in his prayers. Well, I don't know what it is, but there's definitely something going on upstairs.
Lazarus, dig yourself. Lazarus, dig yourself. Lazarus, dig yourself back in that hole.
New York City, man, San Francisco, LA, I don't know. But Larry grew increasingly neurotic and obscene. I mean, he never asked to be raised up from the tomb. I mean, no one ever actually asked him to forsake his dreams. Anyway, to cut a long story short, fame finally found him. Mirrors became his torturers. Cameras snapped him at every chance. The women all went back to their homes and their husbands with secret smiles in the corners of their mouths. He ended up, like so many of them do, back on the streets in New York City, in a soup queue, a dope fiend, a slave, then prison, then the madhouse, then the grave. Oh, poor Larry. But what do we really know of the dead, and who actually cares? Well, I don't know what it is, but there's definitely something going on upstairs.
Lazarus, dig yourself. Lazarus, dig yourself. Lazarus, dig yourself back in that hole. Lazarus, dig yourself. Lazarus, dig yourself. Lazarus, dig yourself back in that hole. Lazarus, dig yourself. Lazarus, dig yourself. Lazarus, dig yourself back in that hole. Lazarus, dig yourself. Lazarus, dig yourself. Lazarus, dig yourself back in that hole.
A little Janie, she wakes up from a dream. You're gun like a jawbone down the waistband of her jeans. Oh yeah. Well, Mr. Sandman, he could recite today's lesson in his sleep. He says there ought to be some kind of law against me going down the street. Yeah. A little Janie pops up and she says, we're gonna have a real good jump on of an ass. Mr. Sandman, he runs around the corner trying to head her off at the pass. He sticks his head over the fence and he yells something way too fast. It's today's lesson. There's some about the corruption of the working class. Yeah. Little Jenny wakes up on the floor. She says, we're gonna have a real cool time tonight. Huh. Come on. Jenny says we are all such a crush of want, half mad with loss. We are violated in our sleep, and we weep, and we toss, and we turn, and we burn. Yeah, we are hypnotized, we are cross-eyed, we are pimped, we are bitched, we tell such monstrous lies. Janie wakes up and she says, we're gonna have a real good time tonight. Mr. Sandman, he has a certain appetite for Janie in repose, and he digs her pretty knees, and then she is completely naked underneath all her clothes. He likes to congregate around the intersection of Janie's jeans, yeah. Mr. Sandman, the inseminator, he opens her up like a love letter and enters her dreams. Little Janie wakes up and she says, oh, we're gonna have a real good time tonight, 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 tonight. We're gonna have a real good time. Come on, come on, come on, come on, yeah. We're gonna have a real good time. When I came up from out of the meat locker, city was gone. The sky's full of lights. The snow provides a silent cover in Moonland. Under the stars, under the snow. And I follow this car, and I follow that car through the sand, through the snow. I turn on the radio, I listen to the DJ, and it must feel nice. It must feel nice to know that somebody needs you. And everything moves slow. Under the stars, under the ash, through the sand, and the night drifts in. The snow provides a silent cover, and I'm not your favorite lover. turn on the radio. And it must feel nice. It must feel nice. Oh, very, very nice to know that somebody needs you. The chilly wind blows under the snow, under the stars. The whispering DJ on the radio. Whispering DJ on the radio. I'm not your favorite lover. Your favorite lover. And it must feel nice. It must feel nice to leave no trace, no trace at all. But somebody needs you. Under the snow, your eyes were closed. You were playing with the buttons on your coat. Back of that car, Moonland, under the stars, Moonland. And I followed that car. Accepting stupid I lie upon the stones in our sweet. The darling little dandelions done the thing when they change from suns into moons. The dragons roam the shopping malls. I hear they're gonna eat our guts. If I had the strength I might pick up my sword and make some attempt to resist. Get ready to shoot yourself. Grab your sap and your heater. Get ready to shoot yourself. On the night of the Lotus eater. Don't you love my baby? And don't you love my baby anymore? Killed in my scales, they fishbone me and they toured me round the old aquarium. Come in their hordes to tap the glass, the Philistines and barbarians. I like floating heaps, nice if it's sweet around my hips. I do the hula for the hungry ones with the lames all throw me too. Get ready to shield yourself. Grab your sap and your heater. Get ready to shield yourself. On the night of the Lotus eater. Don't you love my baby? love my baby anymore. Get ready to shield yourself from our catastrophic leaders. Get ready to shield yourself. Grab your sap and your heaters on the night of the Lotus eaters. The night of the Lotus eaters. And now hit the streets. Now hit the streets.
Albert, he goes west. He crosses the vast and different deserts of Arizona. Oh yeah. He had a psychotic episode on the Dude Ranch that involved a bottle of ammonia. Henry, he went south and lost his way deep in the weeping forest of Revolver. He grew so warm, he grew so sick, he ended up in a bungalow, sucking a revolver. Light up on your rainy streets of as many reflections. I won't be held responsible for my actions. Bobby, he goes north and he goes east and over to New Hampshire. Bobby is a cautious man. He walked into a Concord dive to drink a beer. Do you wanna dance? Yeah, do you wanna move? Yeah, do you wanna dance? Do you wanna groove? He said this world is full of endless abstractions. I won't be held responsible for my actions. Me, I ain't going anywhere. Just sit and watch the sun come up. I like it here. Oh, yeah. I watch the people go taking pairs. Go, hey, hey, hey. You know I gotta say, I like it here. glad we didn't. What we have now will never be that way again. So we call upon the author to explain. Our mixamatoid kids spraddle the streets. We've shunned them from the greasy grind. The poor little things, they look so sad and old as they mount us from behind. I ask them to desist and to refrain, and then we call upon the author to explain. Well, rosary clutched in his hand, he died with tubes up his nose, and a cabal of angels with finger symbols chanted his name in code. We shook our fists at the punishing rain, and we called upon the author to explain. He said everything is messed up round here, everything is banal and jejune. It's a planetary conspiracy against the likes of you and me in this idiot constituency of the moon. Well, he knew exactly who to blame, and we called upon the author to explain. Oh, Prolex, nothing a pair of scissors can't fix. Yeah, Prolex, nothing a pair of young people gather round my feet and they ask me things, but I don't know where to start. They ignite the powder trails straight to my father's heart. And here once again, I called upon the author to explain. We call upon the author to explain. Well, who is this great burdensome slavering dog thing that mediocres my every thought? I feel like a vacuum cleaner, a complete sucker that's fucked up, and he is a fucker. But what an enormous and encyclopedic brain. I call upon the author to explain. To explain. Alright, yeah. Well, rampant discrimination, mass poverty, third world debt, infectious disease, global inequality, and deepening socio-economic divisions. Well, it does in your brain. And we call upon the author to explain. Now hang on, my friend Doug is tapping on the window. Hey Doug, how you been? Well, he brings me a book on Holocaust poetry, complete with pictures, and then he tells me to get ready for the rain. And we call upon the author to explain. Oh, you know, I say, Prolex, something a pair of scissors can't fix. Bukowski was a jerk, Berryman was best. He wrote like wet paper mache, but he went the Hemingway, weirdly on wings and with maximum pain. We call upon the author to explain. Yeah, well, I call upon the author to explain. Yeah, well, down in my bolt hole I see they published another volume of unreconstructed rubbish. Well, the waves were soldiers moving. Well, thank you, and again I call upon the author to explain. Yeah, I call upon the author to explain. I'm gonna call upon the author to explain. Yeah, we call upon the author to explain. I said Prolex, there's nothing a pair of scissors can't fix. so far away from you, pacing up and down my room. Does Jesus only love a man who loses? Turn on the radio, there's some cat in a saxophone laying down a litany of excuses. The night house longing in my baby's eyes. She rubs a lamp between her thighs and hopes the genie comes out singing. She lives in some forgotten song, and it moves like she is zombie strong. Breathe steady as the pendulum keeps swinging. Better hold on to yourself. Well, cities rust and fall to ruin. Factories close and cars go cruising in around the borders of her vision. She says, oh, as Jesus makes the flowers grow all around the scene of her collision. You know I would, yes I would, I would hold on to yourself. Try my best to chase outside the phantoms and the ghosts and the fairy girl. On 1,001 nights like this, she mutters open sesame, and Alibaba and his 40 thieves launch her up the face of the world. Well, you know, one day I'll come back. Hold on to yourself. To yourself. Hold on to yourself. Babe, I'm 1,000 miles away, and I just don't know what to say, 'cause Jesus only loves a man who grows up. But darling, we can clearly see it's all life and fire and lunacy and excuses and excuses and excuses. Well, you know, if I could, I would. Yeah, I would lie right down, and I'd hold on to yourself. Yeah, I would lie right down, and I would hold on to yourself. One day I'll come back to you, and I'll to yourself. Yeah, I'm gonna come back and lie down, and I'll hold on to yourself. Yeah, to yourself. Let
friend.
Lie down here and be my girl.
I'm back now, baby. That man, he won't be coming round here again. Lie down here and be my girl. I try to take care of you, baby. You're as brittle as a wishbone of a bird.
Lie down here and be my girl.
We've been scribbled in the margins of a story that's painfully absurd.
Lie down here.
Now be my girl, let it all come down. It's night, oh, we can shine. Let it all come down. Oh, be my girl. It's a matter of some urgency. Darling, can't you see I can't hold it back beside? And stop your frantic little fingers trying to collect the years that pour from the hole in my side. Don't worry, baby, this old snake banging at your door. It's got a few skins left to shed. You look so good. You look so good. Yeah, the rest is better left on sale. Let it all come down. It's night. Well, tonight. Oh, we can shine. Let it all come down. Tonight, be my girl. Yeah, be my girl. So good, so good. You look so good, so good, so good. And one day I'll buy a factory, I'll assemble you on a production line. Yeah, I'll be my girl. I'll build 1,000,000 of you, baby, and every single one of them will be mine.
Lie down here and be my
Be my girl. I will fill the house with you, stick you up in every room. We'll have a real good time. Right now I'm sitting here on my own, going out of my mind. Now be my girl, let it all come down. It's night, oh, we can shine. Shine tonight. It's love, it's I stepped out of the St. James Hotel. I left you behind, curled up like a child. The change is gonna come as the door whispered shut. I walked on down the high-windowed hall. You lay sleeping on the unmade bed.
The weatherman on the television in the St. James Hotel said that the rains are gonna come. And I stepped out on the streets, all sparkling clean with the early morning dew. Maybe it was you and maybe it was me. You came on like a punch in the heart. You lying there with the light on your hair, like a Jesus of the moon, a Jesus of the planets and the stars. Well, I kept thinking about what the weatherman said. And if the voices of the living can be heard by the dead, well, the day is gonna come when we find out. In some kind of way I take a little comfort from that now and then. 'Cause people often talk about being scared of change, but for me I'm more afraid of things staying the same. 'Cause the game is never won by standing in any one place for too long. Maybe it was you and maybe it was me. There's a chord in you that I could not find to strike. You lying there with all the light in your hair, like a Jesus of the moon, the Jesus of the planets and the stars. I see the many girls walking down the empty streets. Maybe once or twice one of them smiles at me. You can't blame anyone for saying hello. I say hey, say hello, say hello. Will it be me or will it be you? One must stay and one depart. You lying there in the St. James Hotel bed like a Jesus of the moon, the Jesus of the planets and the stars. Say hello, hello, hello. Crustless in your palm, see it spread and change. It won't do you any harm, it's just trying to rearrange. It was born to live a day, now it flies up from your hand. It's beautiful, it's the one they call your ever-loving man. Carriage your babies away, or your kids drip from their teeth. The nights are long and the day is bitter cold beyond belief. You spread yourself like a penitent on the mad vibrating sand, and through your teeth arranged to meet your midnight man. Everybody's coming around my place. Everybody's coming around my place. Everybody's coming around, oh baby, don't you see? Everybody wanna be a midnight man. Disturb me as I sleep, treat me gentle when I wake. And don't disturb me when I sleep, even though your body aches. Even though your body aches to serve at his command, between the walls she still adores her ever-loving man. Close your eyes, sleep in him, dream of your lost sons and daughters. Me, I'll raise up my dorsal fin and glide up and down the waters. I'll glide up and down the waters, and I'll walk upon the land, and I'll call them out, the ones who doubt your midnight man. Everybody's coming around my place. Everybody's coming around my place. Everybody's coming around. Don't you see? Everybody wanna be your midnight man. It's early in the morning, and I don't know what to do. It's early in the morning, and I can't believe it's true. It's early in the morning, and it's happening again. Well, I called you once, I called you twice, ain't I your midnight man? Everybody's coming around my place. Everybody's coming around my place. Everybody's coming around. They want you, they love you, they need you to be your midnight man. Everybody's coming around. Everybody's coming around. Everybody's coming around to be your midnight man. To be your midnight man. Into the corner of my room, see my friends in high places. I don't know which is which or who is whom. They've stolen each other's faces. Janet is there with her high hat and hair full of bedroom feathers. And Janet is known to make dead men groan in any kind of weather. I crawl over to her, I say, hey baby, I say, hey Janet, you are the one, you are the sun, and I'm your beautiful planet. But she ain't down with any of that, 'cause she's heard that shit before. And I say, oh yeah, you're right, 'cause I see Betty X standing by the door with more news from nowhere. More news from nowhere. Yeah, more news from nowhere. More news from nowhere. And it's getting strange in here. Yeah, it's getting stranger every year. More news from nowhere. More news from nowhere. Yeah, more news from nowhere. All right now. Now Betty X is like Betty Y minus that fatal chromosome. Her hair is like the wine dark sea in which sailors come home. I say, hey baby, I say, hey Betty X. I lean close up to her throat. This light you were carrying is like a lamp hanging from a distant boat. It is my light, says Betty X. Betty X says this light in yours. And so much wind blew through her words that I went rolling down the hall for more news from nowhere. More news from nowhere. More news
down a corridor and I see this guy. He must be about 100 foot tall and he only has one eye. He asked me for my autograph, I write nobody, and then I wrap myself up in my woolly coat and I blind him with my pen. Cause someone must have stuck something in my drink. Everything's getting strange looking. Half the people are turned into squealing pigs, the other half are cooking. Well, let me out of here, I cried, and I went pushing past. And I saw Miss Polly singing with some girls. I cried, strap me to the mast. For more news from nowhere. More news from nowhere. Yeah, more news from nowhere. More news from nowhere. It's getting strange in here, and it gets stranger every year. More news from nowhere. More news from nowhere. Yeah, more news from nowhere. Well, then a black girl with no clothes on, she danced across the room. We charted the progress of the planets around that boogie-woogie moon. I called her my Nubian princess, gave her some sweet back badass jive. I spent the next 7 years between her legs, a pining for my wife. But then by and by it all went wrong. I fell washed up on the shore. She stared down at me from up in the storm, and I sobbed up on the floor for more news from nowhere. More news from nowhere. Yeah, more news from nowhere. And don't it make you feel alone? Don't it make you wanna get right on home? More news from nowhere. More news from nowhere. More news from nowhere. Let me hear now. Well, here comes Alina with two black eyes. She's given herself a transfusion. She's filled herself with panda blood to avoid all the confusion. I say the sun rises and falls with you and various things about love, but a rising violence in me cuts all my circuits off. Well, Alina, she starts screaming. Her cheeks are full of psychotropic leaves. Her extinction was nearly absolute when she turned her back on me for more news from nowhere. More news from nowhere. I said I'm more news from nowhere. More news from nowhere. And it's getting strange in here. Yeah, it gets stranger every year. More news from nowhere. More news from nowhere. And more news from nowhere. All right. All right. I bump and crash into Deanna, hanging pretty in the door frame. All the horrors that have befallen me, well, Deanna is to blame. Every time I see you, babe, you make me feel so all alone. And I wet my face into a dress long after she'd gone home with more news from nowhere. More news from nowhere. Yeah, more news from nowhere. More news from nowhere. And don't it make you feel alone? Yeah, don't it make you wanna get right back home? More news from nowhere. More news from nowhere. Yeah, more news from nowhere. Alright. And don't it make you feel so sad? Don't the blood rush to your feet to think that everything you do today, tomorrow is obsolete? Technology and women and little children too. Don't it make you feel blue? Don't it make you feel blue for more news from nowhere? More news from nowhere. With more news from nowhere. More news from nowhere. Don't it make you feel alone? Yeah, don't it make you wanna get right back home? More news from nowhere. More news from nowhere. Yeah, more news from nowhere. One last time.
about.